Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
How exciting was it? You haven't played a game in 2 weeks. How much fun was it to finally get back on the court? And did it seem like a long time? But how exciting was it to get on the court and finally play a game?
It was very exciting. We've been waiting for games like this where we can just come out with a lot of energy and play with each other, play for each other, and just have a lot of energy, fight, get and ones. Like it's just things that like we love to do. So it was very exciting.
Tell me about what changed there in that late third quarter into that fourth quarter. It looked like your defense, you pressed a little bit, but you took it to a different intensity there against them.
Yes, you said a defense and energy. That's what Coach Abe loves to talk about. So like we had to, key in on it and just bring more energy, more fight, toughness, and that's what gave us a spark in that late third quarter, and it transferred to the fourth. So that's what we had, just keying in on our defense and having energy.
You knew that Houston was a really good defensive team. Did they do anything technically different than you thought maybe they would?
No, they did everything that we expected them to do. We just, when we practice, we have to key on the scout and what Abe says. So that's what we really did, and they did everything that we expected them to do. So we just keyed in and had to, create off of what they were doing. So.
You were aggressive. You got to the line 10 times. Tell me about that approach, because it seemed like you all were determined to attack the basket, attack their defense, and if they fouled you, then so be it. Because you got to, as a team, you got to the line 26 times. You got to the line 10 times yourself.
Just, when things not going your way, you have to find other ways to, create and help your team out. And that was, for me, was getting to the foul line. Just being aggressive, creating for my teammates. If I can do that, just, drawing fouls so, we can put points on the board.
Today looked like a total team victory. But how about the play of Tay? 17 points, 10 rebounds. Terrific game by Tay.
Yes. Tay played like a beast. I love playing with Tay. She has a lot of energy. She's a tough player. She fights really hard. Her scoring 17 points is just, big time, just literally double-double. She's really big time to me. So, like, just her doing that, it gave us a spark, and, I mean, I don't know what to say. She just played like a beast today. Yeah, double-double. Yeah, she had a double-double.
She did. She did. As one of the leaders, did you all, as the veteran leaders, did you kind of raise your game there a little bit? Because it seemed like you and Tay and even Britt, kind of really took over the game there in that second, having crunch time when the game was on the line. Did that experience from the past kind of help you here today, and kind of knowing you've been through these battles before?
Yes, it was basically, our veterans stepped up, even Masini. We all, in the huddles, we talk to our teammates, let them know we have to stay calm, stay dialed in, listen to the game plan, and just being poised, staying focused, not getting too rattled at the end when we needed to be, calmed down while they were still rattling us and trying to foul us. So it was definitely a step up from all the veterans.
Hi.
Tay, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off asking you a question I just asked Diamond. I asked Diamond how exciting it was to watch you play today. How much fun was it to play with Diamond today? She just made some terrific plays, both offensively and defensively.
Diamond gives energy to the team. She's very intense out every time in practice and games. She's like a really exciting player to play with. I really love playing with her. She gives me like that extra gear, like that extra intensity. Like she's the one who helps me at the top. When I'm at the top and I know she's gonna have my back.
You all turned it up defensively in that second half or that third quarter, the fourth quarter, especially when you pressed. You were right there involved as the leader there in that press. What is it about you all when you pressed that you kind of seem like you take it to a different level intensity-wise?
Well, we wanted it more. Our coaches, all of us, we know they're a good team, and we know we were both fighting for a spot. We were either going to be in a really good spot or a really bad spot. So we had to pick up the intensity, pick up the energy. We just fought really hard towards the end, and we had each other's back.
From the very beginning, it was such a close game. What was the message at halftime from Coach Abe?
The message from Coach Abe was just to play harder. Like that's what we did when we came out from the second half. We played harder. We just picked up the intensity. We stayed more poised. And we just played together.
You were aggressive the entire game. You had 10 rebounds to lead the team. You got to the foul line, I think 11 times. Just talk about your approach here and being aggressive, both on the offensive end, attacking the basket, and also attacking the boards and defensively.
Well, this whole week we knew that we can get a lot of offensive rebounds. So that was my goal today. I thought about that the whole week to get in there, get offensive rebounds, be strong, attack the basket. Of course, I got to make more layups, but I'm still like I miss a layup, but I'm gonna keep going to the basket and try to draw fouls.
I thought y'all played really good defense for 4 quarters, but especially the fourth quarter. You seemed to really turn it up a notch. What was it that gave you that go in the fourth quarter?
My teammates, my coaches, they fire us up, and we all knew we wanted this win. We knew like what it took for us to get this win, and we had to play hard. We had to be intense and really like do better than we did like the first 3 quarters. So our fourth quarter was probably like one of our best quarters because we wanted it more.
Your offensive game is so improved from like last year. What's been the big difference for you? I know you got family members that are used to putting the ball in the basket, I've been told. So I don't know if that helped out as far as your offensive game this offseason.
No, well, the difference from last year and this year was just a transition from JUCO and my D1 here, and my confidence. Like I had to like improve, and like I have a lot of time in the gym, and it's just repetition and confidence.
Today looked like such a physical game because both teams played such good defense.
Yep.
How do you feel right now?
I'm okay. I feel good. I played many minutes last year and this year, so Coach Abe, she gets us in shape. So we press the whole game. I'm fine. I'm gonna sleep good.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
What an exciting game it was for us to watch. How exciting was it to coach a game like that?
No. The fourth quarter was exciting. That was awesome, right? The fourth quarter, that's the way we should be playing UCF basketball. I mean, believe it or not, we are just starting to figure out our press a little bit more. Obviously, it really helps that Diamond and Tay know it like perfectly, and Kira's new, Lish is new, Anna's hasn't played a lot, so I think the press really. I mean, the first quarter we put the press on when we were doing free throws, and I saw that it worked a little bit, but I didn't really want to wear us out for 40 minutes doing Tay and Diamond. It's Tay and Diamond because Tay's on the front of the press the whole time. If Tay's out, Diamond's on the front of the press, right? So I couldn't really wear them out. But the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, it's working. They were relying on 23 to bring the ball up every single time, and that's exhausting. I mean, it's exhausting to play it, but it's also exhausting to have to bring the ball up and handle the press and then dribble it up and then make a pass out of it. And so, I mean, we just really stuck with it. I mean, and thank goodness Tay and Diamond really like to press.
Were you pleased with the tempo of the game? They like to go up and down. They score in the 70s, and you kind of controlled the tempo, especially in that second half and in that fourth quarter, where they had struggled to get anything half court against your defense, even when you weren't pressing.
Right, and they tend to make 9 to 10 threes. They only made 6, but they shot 21. So, I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're going to play your matchup against a 3-point shooting team?" Yep, we are. We are, because it's actually a little bit more helpful. But what I think was really good about it was that Diamond was on the top of our matchup, and 23 wasn't getting to the paint in the half court set as much as she usually does. So that eliminated a lot of her threes. And we just did a good job of matching up. Did a good job of when it went to the high post, pressuring it. So the kickouts weren't easy for threes. I think so. I think everybody just did a really good job. I mean, we've just played so many teams that play like them, and so we're kind of used to it, but they were getting a little bit too comfortable. So that's why I said, okay, we're pressing now.
Coach, Houston had 2 players coming into the game averaging in double figures. Today they had a combined 11 points. Did you go into the game thinking we need to slow these players down? Did you point at any 2 or 3 players that you really had to focus on?
Yeah, every game we do, we always focus on 3. There's always 3 players. Obviously, number 1 is really good for them. She's their go-to player. I don't know how many points she had, so she had 8, and she does a great job for them. I mean, I've listened to his interviews and stuff, and he really likes her. He thinks she's the all-around best player on their team, and she is. She could do a lot of things, right, for them. Obviously, Brittany, but we knew how Brittany would play kind of coming in here, because she was a night before, so that's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? So, and then number 23, but 23 is a go-to player, and I know she doesn't score a lot of points, but I don't know who the go-to players you were talking about are, but number 0 came in playing really, really well, and she didn't really have a good night because we did a good job on her. But 23 to us is a go-to player for sure, because she makes so much happen, and she does all the little dirty work things. She, when she's not scoring and she's not feeling good and she's not getting in the paint and making kicks, like their whole team kind of stops. I mean, she's their true leader on that team, 23.
The offense was kind of slow early on, but you were attacking the basket. Tay got to the line 11 times. Diamond got to the line 10 times. As a team, you got to the line 26 times. And I think they only got to the line like 4 times. They live on the perimeter. But how important was it to get to the line and attack them in the paint, even when your offense wasn't in rhythm like you would have liked early in the game?
Well, I think, to be honest, Eric, our high-low was the best. That worked the best. Our high-low, Brittany looked wonderful doing that. Moss made some good passes. Janaea made some good passes. Desto made some good passes. So that was working the best. In the first half, we couldn't enter the ball from the wing, so we had to do a lot of dribble entry plays, and it was really slowing us down. So I said, fine, we'll just run a bunch of our high-low plays, and I think that really helped. And then they were like crowding Brittany, and so we couldn't get high lows. And then Moss did a great job of when Tay would come to get open, she backdoor cut, and Moss made some good passes. We did that twice for Tay and Diamond, and they got some and ones, drew some fouls because we knew that they're going to come out and deny. So I just kind of switched up the plays we were running.
Coach, if you will, talk a little bit about Tay's play today. 17 points, 10 rebounds. I thought a terrific game.
40 minutes and pressing in the front of the press. That's amazing. I mean, that's hard to do. Obviously we said that she could get rebounds. I don't know how many offensive rebounds she got. She got 3, but a double for Tay is that's amazing. We took her out for 3 minutes just so she could get a breather. Her little face is red, but she just did a lot of great things, getting to the foul line, making her free throws, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So she only missed 4, so, I mean, to back up, we talked a lot about those 4 are going to be key to us all the time. And Diamond and Tay knew that, with KK gone, they're going to have to really step up. And so did Moss, and so did Brittany. They just knew it. And we've been talking about that for a long time. Like, you got to get in the gym and shoot. We did a lot of shooting drills this week. We did a lot of, getting to the basket, because we knew offensively we were going to struggle with their pressure man-to-man defense. So, she just, when you play pressure man-to-man defense like that, as a player, you should be excited, because that means you could draw fouls. When people are off you, you don't know how they're guarding you. That's actually harder to play against in the pressure man-to-man.
It's a huge win. I mean, they've been playing so well. They got great wins in the season over Auburn and Oklahoma. You've been off for 2 weeks and yet to find a way to get a win here before going on the road. Just talk about the importance in this team learning too, like crunch time, making plays down the stretch there and adapting.
Yeah. I mean, it's, thank goodness I have really talented coaches that can play too, and be in shape, and, because it's a lot. It's very hard to emulate their defense, just like it's very hard for people to emulate our defense. And so, we actually put 5, 6 people out there defensively. So we talked about them catching and being poised, not catching and dribbling, because they get all Houston really likes that. They want you to catch and dribble, and then they dig, and then they're super aggressive. And so we really, really worked on that. And I know in practice we had a lot of time to, get them in shape and make sure that, they really stayed fresh. So we had to, as coaches, be, super smart how we prepared ourselves for this game. So, I mean, and they did a good job, but they knew it was Houston and they knew it was for, I don't know the second place. And now we're 3-0 and they're 2-1, but they're still a great team. We still got to go play them again. He does a great job with them, and, USF won. And so they're in first place right now. And, every game we just try to worry about that next biggest game, but Houston's always a big game for us because he just does a really good job, and they're super intense and they play with a lot of energy like we do, and I love that. I love the way they play, and so I really talked to our team about our energy. It wasn't really good in the first 2 quarters. It was not, and so I made it a point at halftime to the bench start cheering like, why can't we have energy like them? And so I think Diamond really started that energy piece when she got that trap and they called a timeout, and then I was like, let's go, like we can have the same kind of energy. It doesn't matter who's on the floor. Let's have some energy out there.
I thought a lot of your players played well today. Alicia had 3 points, but how about that big 3 she had in the fourth quarter? I thought that was huge.
Yeah, well, her pass to Destiny was huge first. She made a great bounce pass to Destiny, and Destiny, finished it with a nice right-handed layup, and then she came down and, it kind of rolled out and went back in. But that was a huge possession for her to hit that. So, and obviously she's new. So all the new people, they don't understand why Houston's so intense. They don't understand. The new people don't understand why, Houston is going to play super hard against us. They don't now they know. Now going into the league, like Lisha's learning, Anna's learning, and Asia's learning. They're all kind of learning. Destiny, Janaea, Moss, Brittany, they know. Diamond and Tay, they know. Like they know what is getting ready to come every single game against Temple, against Tulane, against everybody. So all of our new players, we got to continue to get better.
You mentioned how your team's figuring out how to play press and pressing. But it seems like every time this year you've gone to the press, their level goes up a different level. I know you've talked how that's frustrated you because you wish they would have that intensity from the opening tip, but is this team's personalities maybe unlike other teams you've had that maybe depends more on pressing than maybe other teams you've had?
No, I mean, I think last year was the same thing because Tay is the start of it, right? And I kind of joked at Diamond, Tay's playing 40 minutes on the front of the press. I don't even know who does that in the country. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. She likes to do it. And I joke with Diamond, I'm like, aren't you glad Tay's up there? Because you had to be up there when KK was in. She's like, yes, it's just a whole different thing on the back line, right? But like Tay said, and I heard her say it, she knows Diamond's back there. She knows, and Kiera Brown is getting really good at it too. So if Tay knows that she's got people backing her up in the back of that press, then she can really get after it more. So, that's a lot to do. It's going to be really hard to do that the whole game for Tay. I mean, we really just did it, the end of the third quarter and the fourth. So, I think everybody else, there's got to be somebody else that can come up there and play the front and give Tay a break, but that's Diamond, but then Diamond's playing 40 minutes. You know what I mean? So we got to find somebody else that really likes to play up there.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
All right. See you guys. Happy New Year.